Today we're delighted to have Phoenix Group. Phoenix Group were nominated by EMH for Contractor of the Year and were highly commended. Kyle, welcome.
Welcome, thank you for the invite.
Yep, our absolute pleasure. So for those who are not familiar with Phoenix Group, can you give us a elevator pitch about who Phoenix Group are, please?
Okay. Phoenix Group are a contractor specialising in social housing predominantly. Head office is based in Stoke, secretary office in Albury. Our stronghold where we cover is the East and West Midlands. Over the years, we've diversified, try and service the social housing sector as best we can, and we currently are a service and maintenance contractor for gas, electric. We have a decarb division for retrofit. We have a new build division. We have a fully fledged electrical division. We also have a commercial division. Been going for over 30 years, still family orientated. I've got myself and my brother still in the business, and we recently had an investment into the group last January, and there's big plans for the next 5 years.
Brilliant. So obviously you was unaware that you were nominated. I think it's a really good, it shows what a good service a contractor is giving when their client, someone so big as EMH, is nominating them.
Yep, agreed.
Why do you think that they nominated you?
We're very big on trying to form partnerships with clients, and I think EMH is probably a testament to the success of what that can deliver. We have a very good relationship at all levels. It's at strategic levels, at direct levels, all the way through the business. We've worked together over the last 2 years to really change the delivery on the contracts, get them to where they need to be, KPIs, etc., etc. So it's been a joint effort. It's been a challenge. I'd never talk badly of any other contractors, but obviously it was a challenge when we took over the contract, and I think it's a testament for what we've done together. So I think it was their way to help to nominate us, but I think it was also a reflection of what we've done together.
Fantastic. Obviously, you mentioned earlier about Phoenix Group, and you now have a retrofit division.
Yep.
And the retrofit is a big challenge within social housing.
Yep.
Talk us through the challenges that you're seeing within retrofit.
I think the most current challenge at the minute is there's plenty of potential money awash potentially to be invested in the sector. Obviously, there's a little bit of a skill shortage in some respects, but I think challenge is to work together to actually try and plan this delivery out and try and make it sustainable. The sector's so far had a lot of stop-start, which makes it difficult for continuity, makes it difficult for trying to establish the supply chain. And I think we've got to be quicker in trying to release projects, because unfortunately the project's life cycle, it's not like putting a boiler in, it's not like putting a new kitchen in. There's a lot of front-end surveys, retrofit process, etc., to get an address from initially being shortlisted for a retrofit measure to actually delivery. I think the sooner we can try and put the volume into the market across the whole of the UK, I think it'll help the supply chain. And
do you think there's a bit of a disconnect between the strategy and the reality of delivering these programs operationally?
Potentially. I think, again, it's that selection criteria a little bit of, unfortunately, not every address is going to qualify for the measures that they may have selected. You've also then got to have the conversations with the tenants and try and get them on board with actually having some of the measures and talking them through. It's more of a drawn out process, ensuring that the clients are aware of that at the front end. It's just managing expectations a lot of the time. They're used to, I'll use the analogy for the boilers is there's 100 addresses, go put 100 boilers in. There's 100 addresses for retrofit. It's not the same. And there's a lot more moving parts, there's a lot more things, there's a lot more stages to go through. And again, it's about collaborating as strongly as you can.
100%. And then, so currently, there's a lot of talk across all industries, including our industry, all industries, around AI to basically enhance and streamline delivery. How are Phoenix Group looking at AI from an operational and strategic perspective to enhance their delivery?
So we've done a detailed assessment internally around all of the processes that we do. It's trying to identify what could potentially be replaced by an AI solution and scoping that out, which we're in the process of. We're just in the process of doing some testing on some front-end processes around communication, which will be good. One of the things that we're looking to do is also then discuss it with the clients.
Okay.
Because, for example, an AI phone agent is everywhere.
Yep.
I think I get a phone call every week about somebody trying to sell me the solution. And in some respects, you'd like to think that that the market's probably going to shift that way. People's behaviour is going to drive that, and whether they're going to accept it or not is also questionable. So it's not a case of what can you do, it's also what will the customer journey accept, and that's the bit of the unknown at the minute.
Like, I mean, off topic and but it sinks in with this. I called a random pub in Stratford-upon-Avon because me and the kids and the missus were going out.
So that's all automated now?
It's all automated, so it was literally, I was like, it's a bit weird. But I had no problem with it, but there was an error on it. They're like, we've got no available bookings.
Okay.
So we still went to the pub. We had our Sunday roast, and I said, who's the manager? He goes, oh, I'm the manager. I said, listen, just to let you know, your automation software doesn't work, because we literally had it yesterday. Because we keep X amount in, because but thanks for the feedback.
So they'd already sold the tables that are available, so now it's got no availability. And
because it doesn't update it in real time for the cancellations, because it's not reading that part of the system. So it's like anything, you know, when you buy a red car, then you see a red car everywhere. So now I'm just looking at it going, how can we get our one talking to this? Because you want a two-way API where it...
So that's what we're now working on, is the API structures. We're going to concentrate on the phones because it's quick wins, and then it's all about the APIs. Because if I can automate the appointment setting, then it's done. Half of our demand criteria is just gone overnight. And then we're open 24/7 because I'm no longer shut out of hours. They're working for the night, so they can take all the details. But that's the customer behaviour stuff. I think people will start to accept it because they're getting service.
So remember when all the call centres went to India and everyone was fine? But then they weren't fine with it, so they all came back in. So my perception is, I think outbound, the user adoption will be, I don't mind being spoken, I'm going to speak to a bot. But it may be elements of the inbound.
Where you're still going to need people, but it just depends on how you manage that process. When's it going to transfer it? But you can set that based upon loads of parameters.
We've got one person at our place. He started as a Kickstarter. He's been here for 4 years now, but he's our systems guy. So he's like, I'm like, right, get a chat GPT plus, look at Claude, look at all the AI agents, and look at all the different workflows. So we just give him one project, three at a time, to go, right, how can we automate this? Because what we want is the API to be a two-way true integration. So when Carl, the candidate, goes, I want a permanent job, it auto-populates all the fields. And then if he says, I want 60 grand, it automatically puts that in there.
Which it should do.
It's quite funny, because I said, if he says he supports Man United Football Club, can we automatically put that in there? They're like, I don't think we can do that just yet. But then a lot of our guys are like, what are we going to do?
But all you're doing initially is improving the service level, aren't you? And technically, if more and more is automated, you're open 24/7, which is what most people want anyway.
Do you guys get many calls in after hours?
So we tend to get a lot between 5. So we shut at 5.
So you'll probably get your...
So we go at 5 and 7. So people come in from work, and then it's, in fact, you've left this note, and they try and ring up and try and rearrange. So we were playing with the idea of changing the opening hours, but then this is just...
You don't need to.
Closed it overnight, and straight away, once it's live, I'll know what they're calling. And if 90% are just trying to rearrange an appointment, as soon as I can automate that process, then it's just dealt with. And then you're not coming into 50 things to resolve. The team, it's already been done.
The problem is everyone thinks they're building the next big thing in AI and we're going to become a billionaire.
I think, so the biggest problem you've got in the sector that I can see is that everybody's trying to do it. But I think...
No one's really nailed it.
No, they haven't. But I think that's just down to time and resource. So it takes a lot of people to do things quickly in the dev world. But you've got to change. Have
you seen the BlackBerry film?
Do
you know what I mean? That was on the other night. That's a brilliant example.
It is.
They had such a... When I used to have a BlackBerry, I thought I was an absolute baller with the pen.
I
used to have a pen. But you look at it and go, someone's just come along and just simplified
the whole thing.
So we're looking at that, and then we're looking at like real-time reporting in terms of like, because we've got too many spreadsheets. Everyone's got too many spreadsheets.
Same.
Everyone has too many spreadsheets.
As long as you've got half decent data, then you can do it and you get access to it. Then now, from a report point of view, and again, AI can do most of it all for you.
Touch wood. Not to put you on the spot, because obviously someone will be watching this in 2 years' time. What's your gut feel, say, from the experience that you've got from being in the industry for a long time? How do you think this will play out?
The gut instinct will, from my point of view, AI is definitely coming. What it's going to create is an increased customer expectation. similar to the Amazon journey of what everyone expects now.
Yeah.
They're going to expect to be they can get through to somebody, they can get their information 24/7.
Mm.
AI is going to increase the demand criteria of a customer because they can.
Yeah. It's interesting with the Amazon, their philosophy is they always look at the customer and then work backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be a very interesting challenge because all the associations will have different customers, different challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be looking at mapping that out with different customers to go, right, this is how we're going to deliver a customer journey with this customer, this is how we've got to map it out with the different...
Yeah, so I think the approach will be very much, let's really drill into inbound calls, for example. What are our inbound calls? What's very transactional? What needs to be personable? Deciding between which calls may funnel through and the AI journey can satisfy 100% of it. What needs to be personable and make sure that's a person that's contacted. So if they're just after information, it'll be interlinked with the CRM system. It'll be able to find a job. It'll give the details. Yeah. A person doesn't really need to do that.
No.
If they need to rearrange an appointment, take the details, rearrange, change the appointment to the scheduler. There's no reason why that can't be automated.
Okay.
But if it's anything that needs to be personable, then.
So the improvement will be down to the personal touch point, would you say, or how is AI going to enhance it then?
I think that from our point of view, it's the demand criteria and making sure that every call is answered. I mean, every customer, even the clients, will have the same demand-hungry process that for winter, or you can have a demand for 200 calls and it's physically impossible to answer them all.
Yeah.
What AI will do is that it removes that demand.
Yeah.
You can have 200 agents at any one time. You can have 400 agents at any one time.
Yeah.
Every call gets processed.
Yeah.
If you actually get under the skin of what your inbound calls are, and if most of them are transactional, then they're all dealt with, and no one's on a callback. No one's in a queue.
Yeah.
Everyone gets dealt with straight away.
Which kind of, you've almost answered my next question. So what will good look like to Phoenix Group once you've embedded an inbound and outbound AI solution for your customers?
Potentially 70% of our inbound calls would be processed automatically. Also update our CRM system at the same time. And
what would world class look like?
That's hard to answer.
I know.
It's a good question. You've always got to look at it. I think I'd be interested to see what customer behaviours drive over the next 12 months. There's a lot of talk around AI. There's a lot of protocols, a lot of security protocols. There's a lot of questions around what can or should do. So.
And where are you taking inspiration from for the group in terms of other competitors or other firms in the marketplace, other associations? Are you looking at someone as a sample to go, that's what good looks like that we're trying to aspire to?
I've always tried to have the mindset that we want to be the disruptor, like to push that we're the market leader.
Okay.
So we're driving the change. We've always tried to be as agile as possible, which allows change to happen quickly.
Lots of businesses, and I'm sure you've heard this phrase before because I've heard it quite a few times and it drives me mad, and I'm sure it drives you mad. We've always done it this way. How are you going to, because obviously people don't fundamentally like change.
Nope.
So when you start talking about AI, automation, inbound bots, how are you going to manage the internal within your own business as alongside the clients? How are you going to manage that change? This is change.
I think unfortunately there's an element of there's got to be some detailed communication internally with the staff why we're doing it, because the default is we're trying to get rid of people.
Yes.
The drive for us is just to improve service. If it means that they can be more productive or they can now concentrate more time on customer service, that has to be the drive. Should also allow us to be more flexible with scale. We've got more flexibility in the demand if it's AI and not necessarily people-centric. But from a client point of view, we've got to have the conversations and make sure there's no objections to what we're trying to do. But ultimately, we're trying to improve service levels. But we're not necessarily trying to do anything drastic at this point in time. It's only trying to improve customer service.
And what will be the one thing that you're going to try and solve in that? Because obviously there's like the call times, the missed calls, the basic frequently asked questions about I need to change an appointment. Is there an order of priority that you're looking at this in from a streamline perspective?
So from point of view, the focus obviously was inbound calls. So our focus initially would be on inbound calls. Any missed calls that we predominantly may have been a missed call will now potentially go through an overflow and it'll go to an AI agent. Because it's obviously more data-driven than people-centric, we'll be able to clearly identify what that overspill is, what that call demand is, and try and drill into, okay, well, what calls couldn't it process? We'll be focusing on trying to improve that service level.
And my last question around AI, because I know we spoke about it quite a lot.
Yep.
How many people are tasked with this within group at Phoenix to be looking at this? Because it's a big piece of work.
It is a big piece of work. We have, within the new group structure, we have an excellent team, which is basically what you would probably class as customer advisors or administrators previously. And we've got a head of within that. And our focus at the minute is to focus solely on customer service, which AI can help to streamline that process. So they will be leading on it. We'll be looking to have a super user trained to more centered around implementation. So as we go through the trial, there'll be changes in the IT changes, etc., etc. They will become the super users that then hopefully will be able to write the workflows and ultimately hundreds of workflows that just process transactions.
Yeah, we've just commenced it 5 months ago, so I know the pain.
Yeah.
And the challenges that you're going to go through, because there's so many different, what if that happens, what if this happens, and what if that happens?
Yeah.
So it's a big piece of work. Going back to retrofit, so obviously your retrofit division is super successful. What's your vision and how do you see the changes within retrofit in the next 12 to 18 months?
Obviously, there's a transition into the warm zones plan. Obviously, that's I think that's email for 2027. So the market is predominantly concentrating on the wave free delivery. There's a lot of social housing delivery. It's about ultimately the money spent and working with the clients. That's about getting addresses. That's about getting things in process, trying to get things moving. The sooner we can help to drive that delivery and get the sector moving, obviously there's going to be more confidence in the sector, and it's going to allow people to scale. There needs to be investment.
Yeah.
There needs to be apprenticeships. There needs to be programs to build a workforce for the next decade. And that's not just on obviously retrofit. We see it in the new build sector. We see it across the board. We've got to build the workforce of the future.
And in terms of Phoenix Group itself, just for the benefit of all the viewers, what is the plan over the next couple of years then for your business?
Big plans to try and build the group out, looking to expand our reach a little bit outside the Midlands, find the right partners, then again, drivers to try and have more of a national footprint and organically grow through the various work streams that we deliver across the board. But again, the core around what we do is partnerships, trying to find the right people to partner with. We know that gets results. Ultimately, we're not going to be the most perfect contractor in the world. I don't think it exists. But we try and get judged on how we react to any issues and how we react to any problems, and working together with clients to find solutions.
And it's in this market. I mean, I've done social housing recruitment for 23 years. There's not many now family-run businesses that are like first or second generation that are 30 years young. Why do people, like EMH, why do these firms work with you? They nominate you for awards. Not to. Quite an awkward question when you've got to talk about your own business and as a shining light, because people want to go towards the big corporates these days. Why is it that firms are working with Phoenix Group?
I like to think it's because we do what we say.
Yeah.
Obviously, there'll always be challenges, and we always are trying to push forward. We have our own problems as any business will, but I try and ensure that the team have that ethos. A customer is a partner for us, and we need to work together, get the best results for both sides.
Cool. And my last question was, you've got an office in Albury.
Yep.
Bit of a random location. Everyone always picks Birmingham. It's Hamworth, strangely. Why did you pick Albury?
So that was a little bit tactical back in 2016, I think it was. So a contract with Samwell Council, and off the back of that sort of, we were always going to buy units in Birmingham, but that contract then earmarked it to Albury. And it just off the M5, it's not that bad a drive in.
No.
So it's logistically okay to get in and out of, and that's half the battle in Birmingham. You've got to try and find somewhere logistically that's okay, unless you're going to use public transport.
100%. Cool. Carl, thank you so much for coming down on this episode.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.